previously we have created stem and leaf plots that have leaves on just the right hand side. So they're all on one side of the stem. This time back to back, just like its name has the leaves back to each other. So we have leaves on two sides, and we can compare the two data sets. Okay, so we're going to go onto this example comparing apples and pears. For those who have the worksheet, there's actually a typo, and it says 20, but it's actually 30 pears. Okay, moving on, I'm going to identify all the leaves in our data. And remember that our leaves are our final digit of all our data. Final digit. And, oh, that overlapped. Okay, that should be easier to see. And remember that our stem are anything that's not the leaf. And I'm just going to highlight that there. Anything that is not the leaf is now the stem. Okay, so next we are going to draw the basic structure of our stem and leaf plot. So remember before we had something that looked like this. So we had a stem. Oh wait, let me draw this smaller. We had something like this. We had a stem and a leaf, and that was our stem and leaf plot. On this time though, we have two different leaves we are comparing, which means that they're back to back. There's also a leaf on this side as well. I'm just going to label it. So this is apple, and these are pears. So we're comparing two different categories now. Okay, now we're going to move on to our stem. Our lowest stem for pears is 2. I'm going to draw it here, 2. Our highest stem for pears is 4. Our lowest for apples is 3, and our highest is a 5. So since we're comparing all the data here, we have to look at the lowest stem overall and the highest one. So the lowest overall is a 2 for 27, and our highest is a 5 from 50, which means that we have to write our stem from 2 all the way to 5. Once we have done that, we are going to write down our leaves for the pears first. So this should be familiar from a basic stem and leaf plot. So looking at 27 and 28, those two have stem 2. So the number 2 is highlighted yellow. Looking at the leaves, we're going to look at the green highlighted digits. So our leaf is 7 and 8. So one tip is that all our leaves increases from the stem out. Okay, so imagine a leaf growing outwards, just like a basic tree. Our stem leaf plot also has that. So our value of leaves increases outwards. So for example, if we had 7, 8, and if we had also 7, 8 and apples, we write like that. From lowest, closer to the stem, to the highest. We don't write it as 8 and 7. Okay, remember, lowest leaf closest to the stem. Okay. I think that's a better one to use. Okay, lowest leaves closer to stem. Okay, moving on, we are comparing now the stem 3, so 30 all the way to 38. So we're going to look at the stem now for pears. So our leaf for the first one is a 0, next is a 1, 2, 2, 3, 6, and 8. And that's just looking at the green highlighted digits for each term. So you see here how I didn't have much space and I wrote everything all clustered together. So when you have your own working out in your books, please don't do what I just did. Leave a lot of space so you can write your leaves spaced out, or else it'll look too clustered. Okay, so we're going to move on to stem 4. Stem 4, there's only one term, and that's a leaf of 1. Okay, so we're finished with our pears. That's where we could have just ended there for our basic stem and leaf plot. But since we're doing back to back, we also have apples to do. So moving on, apples has from 35 all the way to 38. We're going to skip stem 2 because there's no term in that one, and we're going to go to stem 3. So stem 3 has leaves 5, and remember, lowest terms closest to the stem. And 5, 6, 6, and 8. Next we have our stem 4. So stem 4 has leaves 2, 3, and 8. Remember, we're looking at the leaves that are highlighted green, the last digit. And we write them from the lowest closest to the stem. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, just to help you remember. Oh, I forgot there's also one more term with a stem 4. Okay, so add in a 9 as well. There. Oh, I'm glad I circled all these grouped up. Okay, next we have our final term with stem 5 that has a leaf of 0. Since we have